Good morning, everybody. Here was a user question. One of you subscribers asked if P. Diddy had anything to do with Tupac and what happened to Tupac. Let's get to it. Disclaimer notice. This video is for entertainment purposes only. All information in this video is not based on fact. It is all alleged, based upon my intuition, my opinion, what I believe my tarot cards are telling me. I encourage each and every one of you to do your own research, form your own opinions. After all, I'm just a blonde throwing cards. Okay. And this is going to be a quick video. I gotta stop saying that, don't I? Every time I say it, it's an hour long. I don't have an hour. Okay. Because I've been door dashing a lot. YouTube cut revenues. And I gotta make it up somewhere. I might have to put two puppies out of the room, trying to give them the benefit of the doubt. You know, trying to give them a chance, but they want to wrestle over a bone. Dutton just stole it. Daisy's going after him. Okay. So, the first thing I want to look into is the relationship between Tupac and Diddy. Okay? Sean Combs. We're going to have Tupac here, we're going to have Diddy over here, and we're going to have the energy between. Now, when I do these relationships, this is basically how, it's like how they think of each other. And what was the actual relationship? In other words, when I pull Tupac's card, what is his viewpoint on Diddy? And what's Diddy's viewpoint on Tupac? Okay? So that's how I do these relationship readings. Like, what's he feel? What are they feeling? That sort of thing. And we're going to do 5 cards each. Sometimes I do 3, sometimes I do 5. Okay. Cards are almost ready. Daisy, you're the only one that's vocal. Dutton's not vocal. You're the only one vocal. Daisy. And now they got a rope toy. Daisy. Stop. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There we go. What's the undercurrent? Judgment. Someone being judge and jury. Interesting. Okay, let's look at Tupac's energy. About his feelings about Diddy and their relationship. 8 of Swords. Interesting. Interesting. He felt trapped in Diddy's world because of the money. You know, that was Tupac's livelihood. To be part of this big happy family. He was kind of left on edge. That's like the fence sitter. I don't know what to do. Choosing to turn a blind eye. He wanted to make sure, he wanted to look at things from a positive aspect in a way. Yes, he felt trapped by the money. He didn't see a way out. So his attitude was, I got to make the best of this. I got to make this happy. I got to keep things kosher. I got to keep things happy between us because I don't know what to do. That's the only thing I can do. So I have to turn a blind eye to what's really going on. Queen of Wands, there she is. She shows up every effing time in anything dealing with Diddy. Okay, so this is somebody's right-hand man or lady. This could be, oh, what was her name? Her name is eluding me. That she came out and they said, oh, so-and-so was Diddy's right-hand woman. It's like she facilitated things. She facilitated the parties and planned them and right down to the food, I believe. You know, everything. She like made sure everything was in place. She didn't actually not believe that she actually participated in the activities. She facilitated, organized, set everything up by Diddy's direction, right? Hey, honey, I need you to do this, that, and that. I want to have a party on May 19th at my Miami home. That's just an example. Okay. And I want these kind of foods. And we got them. And she would set up the IV fluids. I recently saw, like, somebody, I forget who it was. Who was it? Actually, I think it might have been Annie Elise. I watched one of her videos where she went through the probable cause affidavit. And holy shit, was it jam-packed. Yeah, he would have, you know, they would use substances to inject in order to promote compliance. You understand what I'm saying? And keep people under control. And sometimes these parties would go on for days, no sleep. They start dehydrating. They need IV fluids to bring them back, right? So she was whoever this Queen of Wands is, I think she was the one responsible for making sure all that happened. And to me, it feels more like Tupac dealt with her more than Diddy. We'll see Diddy's side of things here soon. But she's like right there. It's like, Tupac, you need something, come to me. She was like the vice president or vice CEO. You know what I'm saying? Diddy was top dog in the, what was it called? Something Combs Corporation. I can't even remember the name of his big business. That was the front for all this shit. But that's how he's seeing things. And there's duality. Two swords. Communicating with two people. Tupac and her. Or Tupac. Diddy and her. And tarot police, don't come after me. I have my way of reading the tarot. Okay? Sometimes I can totally ignore what the words are. Sometimes a symbol or something stands out. The number 2 and 2 swords stand out. Could be dueling. It could be a lot of things. But the thing that I saw with two people communicating. So that Tupac was communicating with two people. The two big honchos. Diddy and his right-hand lady. Okay. And his overall energy is he was willing to do whatever he needed to do to keep things happy in regards to these parties. And he pretended like he didn't see them or they didn't exist. And the trap, he felt like there was no way out. And he was making a ton of money from P. Diddy. There was an agreement, a contract between the two of them. Now, let's go ahead and move over to Diddy's side of things. What cards did he get? The Two of Pentacles. That is about balancing, keeping things in check, keeping Tupac in check. To make sure that he was still on board with working with the organization, working with Diddy. And he wanted to make sure, like his wishes, his Nine of Cups, Nine of Pentacles. He wanted to make sure that he desired to make sure that Tupac could never branch out on his own. Ace of Swords. That seems, the Ace of Swords to me is about truth. It's victory. It could even be, in this case, his words. Aggression. But he saw Tupac as faithful at the time, way back in the day. But he is like wielding his power. He had power over Tupac. This Nine of Cups is reminding me of those parties. Diddy got the 10. Tupac got the 10. He got the 9. Okay. Now, in numerology-wise, we got 2 9s over here. The 9s are pretty much some sort of completion. It could be a release, consolidation, or refinement, kind of refining the dynamics between them. And these are ideas and communication, new thoughts. So Diddy had a lot of ideas as far as Tupac was concerned. Tupac. I keep mispronouncing his name. I'm not into rap, guys. Just saying. And I am the queen of mispronunciations. I mean no disrespect to anybody. Unless it's somebody like the Diddler. Okay? But Diddy had everything he wanted, and he had everybody under his control. He's balancing things out. I just get this very strong hand. Look at the hand on that sword. Oh. Masculine. Very strong hand. And it's like, I'm feeling like Diddy could cut with his words. And through his words, he exhibited intimidation. And that's kind of where there may have been words exchanged between the two of them as well. I'm kind of picking up an energy that Tupac wanted to separate himself from Diddy, wanted to go do his own thing, and Diddy is saying, oh, hell, no, you don't. You know too much. Okay, let's see what the relationship itself was. 9 of Wands. Why am I not surprised? It was strained. There were wounds. Battle-ridden. They have been through something that was very nefarious. 5 of Swords. So there's this idea here of intimidation, bullying, a lot of bullying in this relationship. And it was getting close to a breaking point. Somebody was a hothead. There was a lot of action going on, Knight of Wands. Passionate action. Now, that passion in action. Passion can be defined not only as the big sex word, but aggression. So there was a lot of aggression going on here and bullying wounded warriors in this. This was definitely not a healthy relationship. But on the surface, it looked all kosher. Knight of Pentacles. The Knight of Pentacles is some kind of loyalty. There was and with the Seven of Cups, there is a false smokescreen, a false loyalty here. Somebody was not, that could go both ways. That perhaps they weren't loyal to each other. Just saying. But it feels, it feels like that they pretended to work together, to be loyal to one another, to have each other's back. But I tell you what, this is a recipe for disaster, okay? To begin with. Okay, so that is their connection. Let's get these cleaned up. And I want to take a look at this time I'm definitely going to use, I'm going to start off with one of Alicia Wicker's spreads to get a deeper meaning, okay? Particularly around how do I want to ask this though? It's like from Diddy's point of view, I don't know. Let's just do Tupac's passing. Okay. I kind of want to know if, flat out, if Diddy had anything to do with Tupac. Tupac's unaliving. What is this card? Page of Pentacles. That makes me think of a contract. Dead center. And I am keeping that out because it came out for a reason. That is an offering. That is a contract. That's almost saying Diddy didn't pull the trigger. Okay. Past struggles. King of Swords. I would look at that as like Diddy. I know Diddy's a Scorpio, but the King of Swords are problems with the law, maybe? This is somebody in a place of authority. When you think of King of Swords, you could think of lawyers, attorneys, leaders, government, somebody who's strategic, somebody who's in charge, who barks down controls, military, okay? So this makes me think, this is where it's saying, okay, and we're going back in time, like a time machine, going back to the day that, around the time that Tupac was taken out. There was some kind of we had somebody barking out some kind of control. And this was a past struggle. This is something that perhaps Tupac was not listening to certain orders or demands of Diddy and his gang. As a result, I'm getting like a defiance type of energy from Tupac towards Diddy. An offer was put out, and it is coming from somebody in large and in charge here, who thought that they are judge, jury, executioner. Okay? Remember at the bottom of the deck, or when I was shuffling before, the judgment came up? And I said, somebody made a decision. Somebody made a judgment call, right? Okay. What happened after that was a 10 of Wands. It was a big burden. So, basically, what I'm getting, right just from these 3 cards alone, is that Tupac became a liability. The overriding concern, Ace of Wands. The wand. You know, the wand, the pole, the third leg of a man, the kickstand. You get what I'm saying? It involved the whole ring of what was going on. The overriding concern also, I know there's a lot of Tupac fans out there, but a download that I'm getting from my guides is like, again, that idea that Tupac wanted to branch out on his own. I'm getting competition. Being Diddy's competition on all levels, including the Dirty Bird stuff. Okay, what was hidden? 9 of Pentacles. Yep, I shit you not. It came up in the last reading that Diddy was trying to keep Tupac from branching out on his own and being his own single identity. You know what I'm saying? Did not want him to branch out on his own. He tried to stop that. And that's what these 2 cards are telling me a hell of a lot. Telling me that Tupac wanted his own little Dirty Bird ring. If you're in love with and think that Tupac was all these wonderful things, sorry but not sorry, I'm here to tell the truth. Tupac was a dirty bird. And I don't think this involved law enforcement. I don't think he was going to squeal on them unless he got caught. This was more about Tupac wanting more power. He felt trapped in the situation with Diddy. He couldn't do what he wanted to do. He had to listen to Diddy, so he wanted to be on his own. Interesting. But remember that Knight of Wands that was in the last spread in that relationship? It was in the center, the relationship itself. There's recklessness. So it kind of makes me wonder if, as this idea of branching out on his own, some reckless behavior that created a struggle, a burden, a liability for Diddy. Let's see what Diddy's fear was. 10 of Swords. Diddy feared an ending to his enterprise. He feared that he would get pinned down. There was a lack of trust. And in that relationship reading, we had the 7 of Cups and the Knight of Pentacles. And I said, that's a smokescreen of trust and loyalty. Either they're not loyal to each other or something is wrong around that loyalty. That is because there were questions of Tupac's loyalty. And that was his fear of betrayal. How far would Tupac go to maybe take Diddy down? Let's see what the Diddy's obsession was. 5 of Pentacles. Becoming broke and losing it all. I don't know, somebody laughed at me and said, Diddy go broke? Never. Never say never. I've heard stories of billionaires going bankrupt. Okay? So never say never. His biggest fear, or his obsession, is to stay out of the poorhouse. His obsession was at this time, back in Tupac days, the obsession here was, this makes me think of Vegas too. Good. It's like, do the deed and abandon the situation. He was obsessed over Tupac abandoning his organization. He obsessed over that. His driving ambition, 6 of Pentacles, the money. The money flow, the money coming in. And main obstacle or challenge, 6 of Wands. The 6 of Wands in this position would mean being knocked off his horse. Okay? Everybody was celebrating Diddy. Everybody liked Tupac. And it's almost like the challenge of Tupac knocking Diddy off his high horse. Did Diddy do this? This line says it all. Diddy didn't pull the trigger. He put out an order, an executive order for his organization. Here it is. This is what I need done. We need to deal with this burden. Tupac is a burden. He's a liability. I can't carry this weight anymore. He needs to go. I think he did. Okay. Let's get out Whispers of the Unknown. I'm just going to kind of break the cards up a little bit. In their respective piles. Of course, I'm going to shuffle them. Yeah, they're pretty even. Okay. We'll put this pile aside. I want to pull a card on, there's 9 here. I'm going to pull 5 from there, 4 from there. Okay. I'm not ready for anything to jump out at. But let's just take a look at what it was anyhow. Organized crime. Okay, we will keep that out. Organized crime, that's exactly what this whole thing is. It's like a cult, organized crime type situation. Organized crime involved in what happened to Tupac. And it's like Diddy's command. Right? Okay. Okay, definitely not a quickie. I'm thinking this is going to be 15, 20-minute reading. Nope. I should have known better. Okay. Show me this Page of Pentacles. There was some kind of order or offer or contract put out. Digital. That's text messages. That's emails. That's, This is what we need done. He got the word out. Through his organization. Halt. Clean up. We gotta clean this up. Tupac is creating a mess and it needs cleaned up. I'm not convinced that Diddy actually said delete him. But I believe clean it up however way you need to. And he cleaned up he also has cleaned up any kind of digital footprints or also because there's legal proceedings. For these legal proceedings, I think there's been a cleanup job as well. Show me the King of Swords. Vacation, beach, abroad, worldwide. He put this out worldwide. Rugs and poison. Worldwide distribution. This is the kingpin of this. It was more than just an SEX ring. Yeah. Biology, chemistry, scientific. What I'm getting is there's organized crime, definitely. There might even be another crime family that could be involved in this. That was a direct connection to this aspect of Diddy's business and where he got shit for his parties. Okay. It's like, and this is something that's abroad. That means all over the place. Whatever this organized crime is, they're all over the place. Ain't just Los Angeles or Hollywood. They're all over the place. And I think Diddy put out a message and offer a contract saying, Houston, we got a problem that needs to be cleaned up in aisle 9. Somebody's spilling some stuff in aisle 10. Go clean it up. Go do something about it. Get rid of it. By any means. Clean it up. That's what happened. I'm really curious. I'm not clarifying everything. But that is very, very clear. This is telling me, yes, Diddy had something to do with Tupac's deletion. Okay? I'm just wondering about the cover-up. Okay. This Ace of Wands, the overriding concern, is a new beginning. Okay? The Wands are passion. The Wands are action also. Taking action. The birth of something new is an overriding concern. That's why, and with this Nine of Pentacles, that's why I'm thinking Tupac was forming his own organization. Anger. Diddy was angry over this. To the point that it consumed him. It was a distraction from his, and he's like, this is a burden. I got to get rid of this. So he came up with a plot twist for Tupac's idea. And we know what that was. But let's see, one more card. Affair, cheating. This is a betrayal. Again, betrayal. He was afraid of that betrayal. That was his biggest fear. What would the betrayal lead to? So, he was angry. Diddy viewed Tupac's passion for a new beginning, a new enterprise, birthing something new, breaking away from Diddy as a betrayal, a plot twist, a change in plans. And it really consumed Diddy and was a distraction. He couldn't get shit done. Something had to be done about Tupac. So that says a lot right there. Let me just throw a few cards. No particular spread. Ask one last question before I end this video. We're at 35 minutes. Average video. It's at least, well, it's not super long like I typically put out, but hey, it's under an hour. I want to know if I'm going to flat out ask, will Tupac or will Diddy ever pay for Tupac? Will he ever be held accountable in a court of law for what happened to Tupac? Will Diddy ever be held accountable in a court of law for what happened to Tupac? The Star. The Star is a star of hope. We can only hope so. The Star could be literally Hollywood. The Hierophant. The Hierophant makes me think of the firm, the organization. Nine of Pentacles. Queen of Cups. Eight of Swords. This is telling me yes. And it feels like associates of his in the cult, in the organization, is going to point the finger directly at Tupac. And maybe even go as far as saying that he pulled the trigger. I don't think he did. Okay, I'll be honest. I don't think he pulled the trigger. It was a hit. It was a paid hit. Okay? That's what I'm getting. Tupac paid, or Diddy paid for a hit. Okay? But there are certain people that he can't directly connect to Tupac that were connected, that he may try to throw under the bus, but it's not going to work. And it's going to make it look like he's guilty of the actual crime, not just the hired hit. He may go down as the Killer. The Eight of Swords is making me think of prison. Okay? Queen of Cups, somebody that he has deep emotions for, could be the one responsible for putting him there. In other words, he was worried about Tupac betraying him. He's got a bigger problem here. And I think whoever this prominent female is in his life, his right-hand lady, per se, in this spread, she's showing up as the Queen of Cups. That is kind of telling me that not Tupac. I keep confusing Diddy's right-hand lady, not Tupac's right-hand lady. Diddy's. This is telling me that Diddy had some kind of emotional connection to her. You know, on the surface, there's no talk of the romantic relationship, her not participating in anything. But Diddy has an emotional connection with her, an emotional bond. And she's going to be the one that puts him behind bars for Tupac. She is going to bring down the hammer. She's she's committed to the firm, okay? And it's going to be made out that Tupac unaliving was accomplished solely by Diddy, okay? And it's a good place for me to stop and say, when I get names mixed up, you should know who I'm talking about, okay? If you don't, no offense but offense, go have your IQ checked. Yeah, because I had a stroke, and my brain, I think one thing and something else comes out of my mouth, and if I catch it, I will correct it. Okay? Anyhow, I just wanted to say that. But that's what I'm getting. He definitely had a hand in it, but he didn't pull the trigger. He had it ordered. It was a hired hit. But people around him in the organization are going to betray him. And remember that Ten of Swords in Alicia's spread? That fear of betrayal was not just by Tupac. It was in general afraid of a bunch of people coming down and betraying him. He had some serious trust issues. But I'm going to end this video here. And I love you all. And I'm dropping the mic.